African sun spills over the horizon, a molten gold that pours across the endless grasslands, setting the world ablaze. From this vantage point, the steppe appears serene, a masterpiece of divine artistry painted in hues of amber and ochre. It is a beauty so profound, so ancient, it feels eternal. This land, this breathtaking expanse of life, is governed by a single, unwritten, and unbreakable law, the law of survival. It is a creed whispered on the wind that rustles through the red oak grass and echoed in the distant cry of an eagle. Here, strength is the only currency with value, and weakness is a debt that is always collected, swiftly and without mercy. Every blade of grass, every shimmering water hole, every shadowed ravine is a stage for the relentless drama of existence. Every creature that stirs with the morning light, from the smallest termite to the mightiest elephant, is both a player and a pawn in this grand, savage theater. A newborn wildebeest, still slick and trembling, takes its first steps, its legs a fragile scaffold against the vastness of the world. Its very first instinct is not to marvel at the sunrise, but to stand, to run, to survive. Miles away, an old lion, his reign nearing its end, draws a slow, ragged breath, his golden eyes watching the herds he can no longer hunt. His life was a testament to his power, and his impending death will be a testament to the cycle that grants no exception. This is the raw, unfiltered pulse of Africa, a rhythm of heartbeat and bloodshed, of first cries and final sighs. And as the sun climbs higher, casting shorter shadows, the day's first chapter of this timeless story is about to begin. Out of the pre-dawn gloom, they materialize. Not as mere scavengers, the bumbling jesters of the savannah as folklore might have you believe, but as what they truly are. Apex predators of formidable intelligence and staggering power. The spotted hyena. Their calls slice through the morning air, a chorus of whoops and cackles that sounds like manic laughter. But there is no humor in this sound. It is a death song, a declaration of intent, the chilling symphony of the hunt. This is a matriarchal society, and at its head is a queen, a female larger and more powerful than any male. She leads the clan, her movements economical and precise. There is no wasted energy, no impetuous charge. Patience is their greatest weapon. They flow through the golden grass like a river of shadows, their spotted coats a perfect camouflage. They are specters of death, closing in on the herd of Cape buffalo. The buffalo are titans of the plains, 1,000 pounds of muscle, horn, and fury. A single healthy adult is a fortress on 4 legs, more than a match for a lion, let alone a hyena. The clan knows this. They are not looking for a fortress, they are looking for a crack in the wall. Their strategy is not one of brute force, but of surgical precision and psychological warfare. They probe the herd's defenses, a fluid, ever-shifting line of hunters, testing the perimeter. Their laughter is a tool, sowing confusion and panic among the massive herbivores. The matriarch gives a subtle signal, a flick of her ears, a lowering of her head. The plan is set. The assault is a masterclass in coordination. Several hyenas create a diversion at the front, drawing the attention of the powerful bulls who form a protective ring. Simultaneously, another group flanks the herd, their movements swift and silent. They are looking for the old, the sick, or the young, any sign of vulnerability. Find it. A young bull slightly separated from the core of the herd, perhaps distracted or inexperienced. That is all the opening they need. The trap is sprung. With a surge of explosive speed, the flanking group bursts from the grass. The herd panics, a black wave of thundering hooves, but the hyenas are already on their target. They are relentless, a multi-headed beast of snapping jaws and tireless legs. They harry the bull, nipping at its heels, its flanks, their powerful jaws capable of crushing bone.
Her individual, deeper whoop cuts through the others, commanding attention.
The hunt is a grueling marathon, a battle of attrition designed to drain the lifeblood and stamina from their quarry. The bull, powerful as he is, cannot fight a dozen attackers from every direction at once. He turns to face one and another bites from behind. He is a warrior besieged, an island of defiance in a sea of predators. Exhaustion begins to set in, his powerful lungs heaving, his movements becoming slower, more desperate. Blood marks his hide, a stark crimson against his dark coat. Finally, he stumbles. It is the moment they have been waiting for. The pack closes in, a whirlwind of deadly efficiency. The end is swift and brutal, a grim necessity of this land. The struggle ceases. The golden grass, moments ago a symbol of life and sustenance, is now stained red. The morning calm returns, but it is a heavier, more somber silence. The victors feed, their powerful jaws making quick work of the carcass. The great circle turns once more, fueled by this sacrifice. The hunters have prevailed, and in the harsh calculus of the Savannah, that is all that matters. The aftermath of the hunt is not one of quiet celebration, but of reaffirming order. The clan's true power is not just in its coordinated attack, but in the ironclad social structure that underpins it all, a brutal, unforgiving hierarchy. At the den, the heart of their society, this structure is on full display. Here, females reign supreme. The matriarch, the architect of the morning's victory, is the undisputed ruler. She decides everything. She eats first from the kill, ensuring she maintains the strength to lead and produce the next generation of hunters. Her daughters inherit her high rank, forming a royal dynasty that rules through intimidation and sheer force of will. The males exist on the periphery, subordinate in every way, their status fragile, their access to food and mating rights granted, not guaranteed. This is a society built and maintained by the will of its dominant females, a testament to female power in one of nature's most misunderstood creatures. But the future of this dynasty is forged in darkness, in the subterranean tunnels of the den. Here, in the suffocating blackness, new life begins its own merciless struggle for survival. Hyena cubs are born into a world of immediate conflict. Unlike the helpless young of many other mammals, they enter the world with their eyes open and their mouths already armed with a full set of needle-sharp teeth. They are born fighters, and their first battle is against their own siblings.
In
a litter of 2 or 3, the fight for dominance begins within minutes of birth. It is a savage, desperate contest for the ultimate prize. A mother's milk and with it, the right to live. This is siblicide, a brutal but effective mechanism of natural selection. Only the strongest, most aggressive cub will survive, ensuring that the clan's bloodline is passed down through its most formidable members. There is no room for weakness in this underground nursery. The cub that emerges from the den into the golden light of the savannah is already a veteran of its first war, its spirit already tempered in the crucible of conflict. These young survivors, protected and nurtured by the clan's powerful females, will spend their youth learning the complex language of their society and the ruthless art of the hunt. They watch the adults, mimicking their movements, learning the strategies that will one day sustain them. They are the heirs to a ruthless instinct, the next generation of hunters destined to continue the cycle. They will grow into their power, their laughter one day echoing across these plains, a chilling promise of the enduring, brutal legacy of their pack. As moonlight washes the gold from the grasslands, turning them a ghostly silver, the savannah does not sleep. It merely changes shifts. The air cools, and the sounds of the day are replaced by the whispers and calls of the night. Life here is a continuous, unbroken chain of events, and the traces of the day's brutal battle remain. The scent of blood still hangs in the air, a potent reminder of the morning's violence, drawing the attention of the night's opportunists. For the Hyena clan, this is a time of reorganization. The hunt is over, their hunger is sated for now. They engage in intricate social rituals, reinforcing the bonds that make their pack so formidable. They care for their young, the matriarch and her relatives nursing the surviving cubs, transferring not just milk, but the knowledge and resilience of their lineage. They are preparing, always preparing for the next sunrise, the next hunt, the next challenge. For in this kingdom, peace is merely the interval between wars. And beyond the perimeter of their territory, beyond the horizon that glows with the ghost of the departed sun, new rivals are on the move. They are not random wanderers. They are forces of nature in their own right, driven by the same primal needs for food, water, and dominance. They are shadows stretching across the moonlit plains, their approach bringing a new and palpable tension to the delicate balance of power. The savannah holds its breath, for the night is long, and the dawn will bring with it not peace, but a new chapter of conflict. They appear with the morning mist, a river of mottled color flowing across the plains. They are the African wild dogs, the painted wolves of the savannah. If the hyenas are masters of brute force and strategic cunning, the wild dogs are the embodiment of speed and surgical teamwork. They are athletes built for the chase, their lean, long-legged bodies designed for incredible stamina. They can maintain a blistering pace for miles, a feat few other predators on Earth can match. Their power lies not in individual strength, but in their absolute, unwavering unity. A wild dog pack is a single organism, a super predator moving and thinking as one. They communicate with subtle, bird-like chirps and twitters, a complex language that allows them to coordinate their actions over vast distances. Their hunt is a breathtaking display of precision and endurance. They don't rely on ambush or overwhelming power. They simply run their prey to the point of utter exhaustion, a relentless, suffocating pursuit from which there is almost no escape. The The arrival of this pack sends a silent ripple of unease through the territory. They are ancient enemies of the hyenas, locked in an eternal competition for the same resources, the same land, the same prey. This is not just a rivalry, it is a deep-seated animosity, a war between two of the continent's most successful and intelligent predators. Their presence signals a direct challenge to the hyena's dominance, sparking a silent conflict that will inevitably erupt into open violence. The stage is set for a clash of titans, a battle between two different, yet equally deadly, philosophies of the hunt. The scent of the kill has drawn them in. The painted dogs, ever opportunistic, have found the prize, but it is not undefended. The hyena clan, roused from their rest, rises to meet the intruders. The air, once filled with the sounds of the waking savannah, now hums with a dangerous, electric tension. This is the moment the plains have been waiting for. Growls, deep and guttural, ripple through the grass. The two packs face off, a living line in the sand. It is a tense and calculated standoff, a war of nerves. The hyenas, with their superior size and bone-crushing jaws, have the advantage in a close-quarters brawl. The matriarch stands at the forefront, her hackles raised, her teeth bared in a terrifying display of aggression. Her clan fans out behind her, a formidable wall of muscle and menace.
Few sights are as compelling as a pack of painted dogs on the hunt.
The wild dogs, though smaller, are not intimidated. Their strength is in their numbers and their lightning-fast coordination. They dart in and out, a fluid, harassing force, testing the hyena's resolve. Their movements are a blur, a confusing dance of feints and lunges. This is not just a fight for a meal. It is a battle for honor, for territory, for the right to be feared on these plains. For several heart-pounding moments, the confrontation hangs in a delicate balance. A single misstep could trigger an all-out war, a bloody maelstrom that would leave casualties on both sides. The air is thick with threats and counter-threats, but the wild dogs are pragmatists. They are hunters, not brawlers. They weigh the risk against the reward. A bloody, protracted fight for a diminishing carcass is not a winning strategy. With a final chorus of defiant calls, the alpha of the dog pack makes a decision. They withdraw, melting back into the grasslands as quickly as they appeared. There is no shame in this retreat. It is a strategic choice. They will live to hunt another day, their energy preserved for a chase they are built to win. The hyenas hold the field, their victory declared not by a final, killing blow, but by the retreat of their rivals. But on the savannah, victory is a fleeting concept. It is never permanent. The only true prize, the only meaningful triumph, is survival itself. As the great land predators retreat, their disputes settled for the moment, a new set of players descends from the heavens. They have been watching, waiting patiently from their godlike vantage point high above. They are the cleanup crew, nature's final act of purification, the vultures. Their arrival marks the final stage in the life of the carcass. They drop from the sky like feathered stones, their massive wingspans casting fleeting shadows on the ground. On the ground, they are awkward, even grotesque, but they are perfectly designed for their crucial role. Their heads, bare of feathers, are an adaptation for plunging deep into decaying flesh without soiling their plumage. Their eyesight is legendary, capable of spotting a kill from miles away. And their stomachs are a marvel of evolution, containing acids so powerful they can neutralize pathogens that would be lethal to almost any other creature, including anthrax and botulism. They are the guardians of the Savannah, the silent, unsung heroes who prevent the spread of disease. They are nature's ultimate recyclers. With a frenzy of hissing and squabbling, they strip the carcass down to the bone. Every last morsel of flesh, sinew, and skin is consumed. They leave nothing to waste. In a matter of hours, all that remains of the magnificent Cape buffalo is a skeleton bleached white by the relentless sun. They have cleansed the land, restoring the balance, turning death back into life. They are a vital, indispensable part of the great cycle, the living embodiment of life after death. But wait, out of the shimmering heat haze, another power emerges. He moves with an unhurried, regal confidence that brooks no argument. He is the true ruler of this domain, the undisputed king, the lion. His magnificent mane, a dark halo of power and virility, is not just for show. It is armor, protecting his throat from the claws and teeth of rivals. Every step he takes is a statement of ownership, his massive paws pressing his authority into the very earth. His low, rumbling roar can travel for 5 miles, a sonic claim to his kingdom that sends a tremor of fear through all who hear it. Lions are the only truly social cats, and their strength is magnified by the pride. This is a family, a dynasty built on unity and a strict division of labor. The females, the lionesses, are the heart of the pride. Bound by blood, they form a sisterhood that often lasts a lifetime. They are the hunters, they're lighter, more agile bodies built for speed and stealth. They work together with deadly precision, a living net of claws and teeth. The male's role is different, but no less vital. He is the guardian, the sentinel. His primary duty is to protect the pride's territory from intruding males and to defend his lineage. A new male taking over a pride will often kill the cubs of his predecessor, an act of brutal genetic imperative, ensuring that only his own bloodline continues. The king's reign is therefore a constant battle, a vigil maintained through sheer power and intimidation. His dominion is absolute, but it is a heavy crown to wear, one that is always being challenged. As the day's heat begins to fade, the huntresses prepare. Hidden from view, concealed by the sea of grass, a lioness becomes a living embodiment of lethal focus. Her entire being is concentrated on a single point, a lone wildebeest grazing unaware of the danger that stalks him. Every nerve, every muscle fiber is coiled, ready to explode. Her eyes, the color of amber, are fixed, unblinking. She is patient, she is power, she is impending death.
A signal for the hunt to begin.
She uses every dip in the terrain, every bush, every shadow to her advantage, closing the distance with a ghostly silence. The wind is in her favor, carrying her scent away from her prey. This is an ancient dance of predator and prey, a chess match where one wrong move means the difference between a meal and starvation. Then the moment arrives. The distance is right. With a surge of power that is breathtaking to behold, she erupts from her cover. Her acceleration is phenomenal, a blur of tawny muscle. The wildebeest, startled into a panic, bolts, but the lioness is already closing the gap. The chase is short, a brutal and efficient display of power. She lunges, her massive paws with their hooked claws securing a grip. With a powerful, well-aimed bite to the throat, she suffocates her prey, ending the struggle swiftly. The silence that falls over the plains is profound. The hunt is over. The rest of the pride emerges from the shadows, gathering to feast on the reward of the lioness's skill. The cubs eat alongside the adults, learning their place in the hierarchy. This meal is more than just sustenance. It is a reaffirmation of the pride's power, a testament to the deadly precision and raw strength that define life and death on the African steppe. The sun bleeds across the horizon, setting the sky on fire one last time. Under this crimson canopy, the lions rest, their silhouettes dark against the dying light. They are kings, for now, satiated and secure in their fragile realm. But even rulers are not exempt from the great law of the savannah. They are bound by the same relentless cycle as the humblest of creatures. Today's victor can all too easily become tomorrow's victim. A younger, stronger male may be waiting in the shadows to challenge the king. A devastating drought could decimate the herds, leaving the pride to starve. Injury or sickness could weaken the huntress, sealing her fate. The African steppe knows no favorites. It shows no mercy. It offers no guarantees of permanence. There is only the eternal, rhythmic pulse of life, death, and rebirth. The blood that was spilled today will seep into the soil, nourishing the grass that will feed the herds tomorrow. The bones that are left behind will be gnawed by smaller creatures, their calcium returning to the earth. Life feeds on life in an unbroken, sacred, and savage chain. This is the profound and humbling truth of the savannah. It is a world of breathtaking beauty and heartbreaking cruelty, a world where the struggle for survival is the purest form of existence. As darkness falls, the story does not end. It simply waits for the dawn, when the sun will rise once more, and the cycle will begin again. The laws of the savannah are harsh, but they are also pure. They strip away everything that is unessential, leaving only the core truth of what it takes to endure. Perhaps the greatest lesson this land can offer us is one of acceptance. Acceptance of the struggle, acceptance of the cycle, and acceptance of our own small but significant place within it. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the soul of the savannah. We hope it has given you a new perspective on the incredible world we all share. If you were moved by this story and want to explore more of the untamed corners of our planet, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support allows us to continue bringing these vital stories to life.